things kind of progress. I'm sure this is good. Everything sounds okay? So we have a really great team meeting planned for you today. I want to start off by saying two things. One, these meetings are for you. And why I'm saying that might be intuitive, but one thing that I want you to really think about is this isn't Dave or myself or leadership getting up here and just talking to you about what we want to talk about. Instead, it's professional development, it's opportunities, it's conversations that can help grow your business and support you. Okay? And so one of the things that I was talking about in our leadership team meeting this morning was, as we progress with this and as we build these team meetings, I want them to be efficient. I want them to be a value-added experience for you. I don't want people leaving the meeting saying, I could use that hour and a half for something else. Okay? So one of the ways we're going to be doing that are things like this panel today. Agent perspectives, conversations to get you involved and incorporated in sort of the development of these meetings. Okay? Is everyone on board with that? Does that sound like a good plan? And I'm going to be picking people's brains about what topics we want to talk about. We've already been doing that in our one-on-ones. Second thing is we have new agents with us today. And so I would like new agents in the room, if you could just stand up for a moment. We got Charles Ramey.
No, what?
Corey James. Danny's been working with Corey for, I don't know how long, Corey? A week or so? It only took a week to convince him to come on board. So welcome, Corey. We're pumped to have you here. And we also have Nader and his assistant, Kelly. So anything you want to say?
I'm happy to be here. I'm excited. It's a great office.
Where'd you come from?
Came from Kelly Road.
How long you been in the business?
Licensed in 1999.
How long you been with KW?
Going on 3 years now.
Awesome.
3 years.
And what about your wonderful assistant over here? She runs this team.
She's quiet as a mouse. She's been with me since July. Excellent. Very analytical. You guys got to kind of pull her out of her shell.
She's super sweet and she knows her stuff. I was talking to her yesterday. She's amazing.
Here to me, I'll help.
And Corey, you got to tell everyone where your history is. Where you come from?
I have been doing commercial real estate for the niche market selling churches for the last year. It was a one-man operation. So when I moved to Keller Williams, I really like the training, the support. So that's why I'm here. But in my other life, I own the Avis Budget rental car right there at Tilton Hall Road. So that's going phenomenal. And I like real estate. So I put people on the road so they can drive to their house.
There you go. There you go. Awesome. Next, all you have to do is buy an insurance company. You can do all of them. Okay.
Corey, wait a minute. Corey, how did you come about finding Keller Williams Lakeside?
Deborah, her dad, that was renting his cars for me, and I looked out and she had her sign in the back seat. So I asked her questions, so she gave me maybe the next time to rent. So I saw her sign and started asking her about the company, and she immediately just let me say it.
So welcome, guys.
Is there anyone else say that? I don't think anyone that made it. I had my first hire yesterday. All right, Lou. Lou, what's your story? All right. Yesterday I had my first hire, which was really exciting. Anna, and she's going to primarily be working on the Romeo office, but she's awesome, and so that was a fun experience. Okay, congratulations, John. So last week we were talking about the contest to raise money for the military veterans. Unfortunately, the statistic is just astounding. 22 successful suicide attempts are done every day. And so part of the funds that we were raising with the 50/50 raffle through the last week, we got over $400. So that's awesome. We're doing it again today, so if you want to, $5 gets you 6 tickets. We'll do it at the end of today. So that's huge, and that's changing people's lives. Ryan here?
Ryan was here and he left. Here he is. Here's Ryan.
Ryan, I just wanted to point out, because of your awesome, passionate 1-minute speech last week, we were able to raise over $400 to go towards the dog. So that's huge.
So we're going to get what for 50/50? Good job.
Yeah, he's not gonna be that generous with the arm length, but yeah.
No, he's more generous.
Okay. A couple of highlights. One of the other things, again, this is your meeting. This is the agent's meeting. So one of the things that we want to highlight is we have a really active Lakeside Market Center. This is crazy. Look at this. We have two people, Nick and Dave, were ran the Tough Mudder, not together, right, Nick?
No, he was on Saturday.
Right, and you would have outpaced them anyway. So, so they ran that, and so that's huge. Can you share what the Tough Mudder is for people who don't know?
Sure. So, Tough Mudder is essentially it's a Warrior project donation, event. So it's all like military base. It's between a 15 and 20-mile obstacle course, depending on where you do it, because it's all over the world. And there's about 25 obstacles every mile or mile and a half, and your job is to complete it. Now, like, the difference between like I don't know if you guys heard of Warrior Dash, Spartan Race, that's not timed. There's no event, it's not a pace thing, it's a camaraderie thing, it's a teamwork thing, and, when you're able to finish it, that's the real accomplishment. And we got beer and stuff in the end, so it's a lot of fun. And that was my third. If you do all 10, then you're considered like you just go to a different level.
You're a Tough Mudder then?
Yeah.
So, it's a camaraderie, if you're tired, stop, you don't have to be in real shape to do it. It takes 2 hours, and it takes you all day, that's what
Awesome. Yeah, thanks. It's a great thing, and I've done it once, and we'll never do it again. So and there's electrical. When I did it, they were dangling electrical wires, and it shocked me on my spot, and I had a bruise this big for like 2 weeks. I'm like, screw that. That was stupid, but I had a lot of fun, and the camaraderie was awesome. And also at Stanley Creek, Andrea, you want to highlight what you did this weekend with a bunch of our family here at KWL?
Sure. Kathleen Martin actually had organized and set this up, but there was a 5K run, walk, and a 1 mile walk. It was a glow race. It was an after dark type thing, and it was for the Cassie Hines Shoe Cancer Foundation. And Cassie was a young lady who passed away from a form of cancer when she was pretty young, and her family put this organization together so that they can help other young adults suffering with and going through cancer, so to help them with their treatment. And there were about four of us that did it. Tracy actually came in second in her age group for her 5K, so congratulations, Tracy, when you see her. But it was a fun time. It was just a good time. Big Shelby Township community event, so next year hope to see it.
Good job. Yeah, awesome. Thank you. We want to give a big happy birthday shout out to our OP Dave Clapp. His birthday was yesterday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
How'd you like all those snaps?
What's that? What's the bubble?
It's the bubbles here.
Oh, the bubbles.
I was in Vegas playing sports.
All right. Not a day over 39. Thanks, Dave. Okay, so let's keep moving. We have a lot to cover today. So down Leadership Alley, I know we got multiple campuses. And we're going to keep you in line here. In the Market Center A, right in that main building, down Leadership Alley, we have a new initiative, fall initiative we're bringing back, that we're going to do probably on a monthly basis or every other month. So part of my role as team leader is, of course, to recruit and help grow the Market Center and grow each and every one of yours business with training and development and recruitment. Well, one of the things that I need to do, and I've been saying this in my one-on-ones as I've met with you, is I'm not going to successfully do that until I can share your story. Until I understand your perspective and your lens and understand the culture that is KWL. We all have stories in this room, good and bad, and the ugly. And as I understand those stories and I can package that, I'm able to share that. And really make you guys look like rock stars and superstars that you are. So one of the first things I would really appreciate some time from you on is because of Keller Williams Lakeside, I'm able to ... Because of Keller Williams Lakeside, I'm able to ... We're going to have markers over there. You don't need to sign your name. You can if you'd like. And if you write anything bad, we have cameras, so we'll see that. But I want to start getting the vibe of the field, especially as I'm bringing recruits in and we're talking, and we're meeting in my office and having conversations. Can you imagine the impact of seeing all these signatures on the wall of what Keller Williams Lakeside's done for them, and how they've grown, and how it's been win-win both ways? So those are one of the things I'd love to see and get full participation on. I fly out to Austin right after this. I'm back on Thursday. I'd love if that wall was built by Friday morning. That'd be amazing to me. It'd really be a huge testament to the family we have here. So please, I encourage you to think about that and do that. I want to share with you a quick 3-minute story. In high school, I showed up and I walked into the classroom and his chair was still flipped up over on the desk. And I looked at that and I said, well, if he's not in school today, he won't be able to go to the homecoming game and dance this weekend with his date. So I thought that was weird. The bell rang and everyone puts their stuff away and class begins. Several moments pass and our assistant principal knocks on the door and our teacher steps out. Just like any high school class, as soon as the door flips, we get out of our seats, we start goofing off, joking around, talking. Several moments pass by and she re-enters the room, and as the door closes behind her, she stands there with a somber look on her face. And one by one, we quiet down until finally Erin looks up and says, Mrs. Thumbcloud, what's wrong? And she looked up and said, Ken's been in a car accident. He's on life support currently. They've scanned his brain once, and they're doing another one this afternoon. We're not sure what's going to happen. At that moment, the weight of the world hit me. Ken was my best friend. He was like my brother. And everything that I knew in terms of my reality came to a halt. And so selfishly, as the day progressed, I kept saying to myself, if he makes it, I don't care how. I don't care if he's paralyzed. I don't care if he's a vegetable. I selfishly just wanted Ken to survive. At the end of the day, our principal pulled us into the gym auditorium and said I had good news and bad news. And again, the insides went up because I said, yes, my selfish desires will be answered. He says, the good news is Ken's in a better place. The bad news is he's no longer with us. I wept like I've never wept before. I was always taught showing emotion was not something you do in public. And so I had people come up to me saying to me, it's going to be okay. We love you. We're here for you. Hugging you. It's not what I needed to hear. Hours turned to days, days to weeks, weeks to months, and a depression and anger overtook me. Until finally a teacher said, Bryce, you should see me after class. So I still remember walking down the hallway, and everyone else is leaving, and I'm walking towards his class. And I get to his room, and I knock, and I go, Mr. Dunbeck. He goes, Bryce, come in. Close the door, sit down. So I do. And he goes, talk to me. For over 2 hours, he listened. And I cried, I swore in that meeting, I was angry, I laughed. Whole range of emotions, right? For the first time in 2 months, as good as the intentions were of my mom and dad, of different guardians, of peers, colleagues, other people in my life at the time, no one listened. And maybe I wasn't ready to share my story yet either. He then said, come back as often as you'd like, because I want to get you to college. And the decisions you're making right now, I know Ken was a disruptor in this, but this shouldn't stop you from progressing in life. 5 years later, first year, I'm in the CMU, and I'm on the floor, and there's this girl named Sarah. She was super cute, charismatic, bubbly, vivacious. I kind of had a crush on her, to be honest. And she would always swing by. I think she had a crush on me too, I'm not sure. But she'd always swing by my room and talk to me. And so as the semester goes on, I'm at the gym with my buddy, and he goes, did you hear what happened to Sarah's mom? And I hadn't seen Sarah in a while, so I was thinking, no, but this is making sense now. What's up? And he goes, she was in a car accident. It looks like she's going to pull through, but we don't know yet. I'm thinking, oh, goodness, okay. And so I ran back, I showered first. I ran back, and I went straight to her room, and I said, Sarah, oh my God, and I'm knocked in. I'm like, let me in, you got to let me in, let me in. And I get in there, and she cried on my shoulder for over 2 hours, and I listened. I share that story for one reason. Mr. Dunbeck gave me the gift of listening. And at that time, I didn't understand what that gift was. 2 years later, I was able to pass that gift on to someone else. The reason I'm doing that now is it's informed me as a team leader by active listening and hearing your story to best support you and help you grow your business. I authentically care and want to support you, just like I did with Sarah and Mr. Denbeck did with me. So if you give me a chance and you're willing to talk with me, it's a two-way street. I'm here to help. I can't make promises, but I'm here to listen and help. Does that make sense? So when I talk about this culture and what Keller Williams Lakeside has been able to enable you to do, I'm serious about that because that helps shift me and prepare me to best serve you. Okay? So thank you. I just wanted to make sure I even told you that. Okay, next for me, please. We got culture, so we wanted to have Janine kind of talk about this. Janine?
Sure. You know, everybody has in front of them a yellow piece of paper that says, who do you think has KWL culture? If you can take the time to fill this out, we'd appreciate it. But every month, we actually do give out a certificate as the cultural recipient of the month. Do you guys know what it's actually about? It's really about valuable contributions to the office. If you kind of think about even what Kathleen had done for her client, she really extended herself and got others involved to want to, help out, whether it was delivering a meal to them or writing a card. All that is really appreciated. When I look around this room today, I see so many wonderful people who have really extended their hands out to others. And so we want to make sure we keep going with that. So please take the time to fill it out. We'll collect it at the end. We want to just put them in the center. And then we can award another recipient. I know with Keller Williams, it's always about we value God, family, then business. And just in my overall being here 13 years, I kind of like to think that KW culture is about trying to make your business, your family, and the world a better place. So we want to continue with that. So thank you everybody for taking the time to do that. And welcome, John. We hope that we've shown our culture to you as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Today's 2 weeks exactly, Dave.
I'd like to piggyback on that a little bit. We have KW Cares. KW Cares is an organization that Moana has put together many, many years ago. I've been with the company 16 years now, so it's got to be right around 14 years ago, I think, that they put this organization together called KW Cares. KW Cares goes along, and it's part of our culture, and they go and they help where help is needed. And a lot of it, I think, came into play with 2005 with Katrina. And I think there were some things in the works before that. So KW Cares went ahead and the culture that KW has is that some of you guys remember that there was a Keller Williams that opened up in Idaho. And in this town, they had a market center. And they were new. And there was a big broker, independent, in this town that basically changed all their commission structure to anybody who sold a house that was on the sales side of with Keller Williams, they got $1. Oh, true, $1. So if you sold a $600,000 house, you got $1. You did not get the full commission. Okay, so Keller Williams found this out, and they were like, "Wow, are you kidding me?" So Mo Anderson, we had family reunion. She put, an inspirational breakfast. Some of you guys have been to family reunion inspirational breakfast or not, but round tables, Lane Stowe, okay, 1,000 of them. And there was an envelope on every one of those tables, and they told this story. And they brought these people in from that market center and flew them all into family reunion. They were all part of the guests and made sure that they were able to participate in that. And Mo Anderson says that she gave the story. She says, "We're not going to go away. We'll take your dollar. Okay? We're not going away. It's not our culture. Our culture is to go ahead and take care of our clients. Okay? So all these agents, I mean, can you guys imagine some real estate getting $1? What's that going to do for you? Okay? So Mo Anderson says what she'd like you guys to do is dig in your pockets, time. Everyone knows this is coming, right?
And she says, we'd like to make a donation towards this cause. And we're going to go back and take this money that we raised today, and we're going to take it and pay it back to the market center so that they can allocate it to the commission dollars that the people that only got $1 for selling this one broker's listings. There's other people in town that they didn't do that. Okay, so if you sold the Remax one that you got commission. So she passed this envelope by the end of the day, raised up over $100,000. $100,000 sitting at one breakfast towards commissions that they gave back to this market center. That's the kind of culture that Keller Williams has. And the other thing that we have is, you know, that's just an example of what happened. I mean, that was just like unbelievable. I mean, I think I gave a $100 bill, and I was like, felt bad when I found out it was over $100,000. Okay, there was people writing checks and stuff like that. It's wow. So we have in place in our market center right now where we have somebody that is, I don't want to say struggling, but guess what? They've got a crisis on their hands. Okay, we've taken and filled out an application. Daryl Owens. Okay, Daryl's wife's very, very sick. I mean, very, very sick. So I don't know how long. 60 days. I think they just found out. And so Daryl and 2 children. So we filled out an application to say, hey, KW Cares, we need some help. Okay, Daryl needs some help. Okay, and one of the things that they said, I think it's going to go through and it's going to be fine. But one of the things they said is that the market center has to contribute 20%, and then they'll give a check for $10,000. So I'm just finding this out in the last week here. So we have to show that we've contributed $2,000, and they're going to give Daryl 10. You know, it's not a bad trade-off. I think those odds all day long. So I'm going to go and I'm going to ask and see if we can get the office to contribute towards that 20%. I know that we've taken some money and we raised some things this way, that way, but I need $2,000 so that Daryl can get 10. So if there's anything you guys can do, whether you guys want to write a check or cash or something in that fashion, I would appreciate that. I'm sure Daryl would appreciate that too. So, but that's KW culture. Okay, so. So I'm asking if you guys can, someplace down the line, along the line, if you guys can help us out, help Daryl out and stand. I think Daryl's wife's going, she started chemo?
She's been going through chemo and she has cancer. She had to retire, so he's a sole provider. And chemo normally takes, you can do 300 drips in an hour in chemo. His wife has an allergic reaction. She does 9 drips per hour. So her chemo, she's going in today, it's 30 hours that she has to go into ICU in order to have her chemo. She has allergic reactions. He's running a household with 2 15-year-old twins, trying to keep everything going. They live in Romeo. She has to go to Royal Oak, Beaumont. So his transportation back and forth all the time. So I asked him today, what can we do for you? He's really too proud to ask for help. He didn't even want anyone in the market center to know. But it's just, if you can just help in a way that would really help him, take the burden off of him that he's got going right now. He goes, it's only going to get tougher. He came in today and he was taking his wife to go get her head shaved. That's what they were doing. So help him out if you can.
Yes, appreciate. Yeah, you can write it out to Keller Williams Lakeside. We have to show that we've done our share so that they can do their share. So if we can, I mean, you want to put in the note, Daryl, in the memo section to write checks or something, Owens family or whatever it might be, we appreciate that. So, on that note, what else we got going next?
All right, we're gonna keep it moving. So, does everyone in here have a green ticket? Should have gotten a green raffle ticket when you came in. If not, we need to get them set. So, one of the things that we're doing today, and we're going to transition next into the panel, but one of the things that we sort of want to really start giving to you as agents to prepare is this idea of the shift and the fact that we're really already kind of in it. But especially the fact that it's coming pretty hard. So here's the key. We're giving away 2 shift books today as a random raffle, as well as 1 entry into the MREA business clinic with Matt Sutton. Okay? So we're, again, trying to give back in terms of our agents. So what we're going to do, once everyone has a green ticket, is anyone else missing a green ticket?
Sean over here.
Everyone else has a ticket?
Yep.
Awesome, awesome. We're going to have one of our panel's presenters. We're going to start with Joe. He's going to pull the magic green ticket. So listen up for his number.
I got one for Bob. One's Bob's and one's Victoria.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
The winning ticket is 1795680. 1795680.
You gotta be kidding me.
Is he?
But you can go ahead.
We're gonna draw again.
Yeah.
Most lucky.
That's impressive. You couldn't do that again.
You're not keeping your number drawn today.
No, I'm winning tonight.
1795694.
Yeah.
All right, Coach Nice, come on up.
Come on up, get your prize. I can't get through this. Speech. Just kidding. Congratulations. So the shift book, we're going to kind of get right into this, and if my panel can come on up for me as I prime this. So the shift, this book, I just want to be very clear, it's not I browse through this, I read it, and throw it on my shelf. This is a 12-active, step-by-step way to begin shift-proofing your business and getting into the mindset of what the shift can do and what it's going to look like, okay? And so what we've done today, I've asked Joe, Don, and Joyce to come on up and share some of their experiences. We have some questions, but really this is an opportunity. They're each going to talk about their story a little bit, and then they're going to talk about the previous shifts that they've seen and what they've experienced through that. I tried to identify people who have been in the business for a while, have probably seen multiple shifts, and have been with Keller Williams for a while as well, in terms of what that looks like of being supported and so forth. So a big round of applause thanking our panel for doing this. It really means a lot to me. So Joe, you want to start off with a quick intro? Who are you, Joe? And you got microphones in front of you there, too. All right.
Yeah, tracks well. Yeah. Hi, I'm Joe Iacona. Most of you guys know me, but I've been in the business since before the internet. So I've been in the business since 1987. I've watched, when I first got into the business, there was a lot of land contracts being done because mortgage interest rates were well over 10%. A lot of sellers were selling on land contract. So I cut my teeth on land contracts, watched the mortgage, FHA business, went through the scary part of the whole market with FHA and VAs. So watching that shift, get handled where FHA and VAs were, more receptive. And then, of course, as things leveled off, we saw a big boom for a while, and then we saw a crash. I guess I didn't realize, we realized we were going through a crash, but as a real I didn't realize that, until my brother-in-law in South Carolina would pat me on the back and tell me and my wife that, wow, I can't believe you guys are doing so good, that you made it through this time. And I guess we just kind of dug our feet in the ground there and trudged through it. But we learned a lot along the way, so hopefully, through us up here and other people that have been through it, I don't foresee us seeing as much of a shift as we did, but I foresee that we're going to see some pullbacks, and it's important to know what you can talk to your customers about. So I have a little bit of history, and that's pretty much it. So my experience is what I learned.
Awesome, thanks, Joe. Joyce?
My perspective is a little bit different because I got into the business in 2006. So I really got my license when we were mid-shift of the market downturn. We were starting. So basically, I didn't know any better than to work my tail off, and that's what I did. And then 2 years later, we were with Century 21 Ton, and their business service was still high. So that's one of the things that we learned, is you have to really kind of pull in all of your resources, work your tail off, and make good business decisions, like not getting into debt, not spending money, doing all of the things that was kind of Keller Williams' lifeblood, and just working hard. Our business is very cyclical, so shifts are something that we can expect every so often. And this shift will be different because we're not losing as many jobs. So the last shift was one of way more listings than there were buyers. Do you guys remember all those foreclosures and showing 800 houses? None of them had power. That's not going to happen. This one's going to be different. I have some theories about what I think it's going to be, but we won't know until it actually gets here. And then people have to adjust and communicate and try not spending money to buy business. So, I think it's really important to stick to the basics and remember our finances and just work. I did better than the other folks at Century 21 Town and Country because I didn't think I was in a pay party. I didn't, they were seeing their $100,000 the year before turn into $40,000 and they were crying about it, instead of working through it. People always have houses to sell, always, which is your job to find them.
Awesome. And Don?
Dominic? I've been in the business, I hit 23 years in April. And when I started, things were going on up. So I got in, I had staying power at the time, and did very well for new agent. In Keller Williams, 2002, and by around 06, 07, we started to see something changing in the year. So I had a really good year of 07, and I said, is there a shift or not? Is not going to be okay? Well, 2008 came, and bottom fell out, was not prepared for that. But you just have to step up your efforts, your efforts prospecting. I'm old school, Joe will tell you that. Joe, I feel that you got to use technology to your benefit, but at the same time, it's a people business. You got to reach out to these people. I make my calls every day. I like to see people. I always talk about what you do. And I think with the next shift coming out, I think it's going to be as harsh as Joe and Joey said. But again, this time I'll be ready for it. I have a little reserve to involve just in case. But you don't panic. That's what I would say when it comes to don't panic. Just try and go.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you. So kind of what I heard at the start of that was the fear is normal. It's a natural reaction. It's working through that quickly and then analyzing what the business is, what your goals are, and keeping it simple with that. And leading with revenue, right? One of the basic models. Okay, so one of the first things I'd like to ask for any three of you, Joe, we can start with you if you'd like, but what did your business do during the most recent shift in 2008, 2009, 2007? What did your business look like? How did that change? And how did you come out of that?
I remember the biggest thing you used to tell my customers and family members was, get somebody saying to you, wow, you're real estate, how's it going for you? And what I was like down to, my business was doing well. And where I saw my shift is I have a vacation home. And it tells me how many days I spent there, and how many days I didn't, So what I saw was, for me personally, my income didn't change much. I was fortunate enough to work hard and save my income. But my time invested into it had to be almost, not necessarily double because I worked as hard as it was, but a lot less free time. And it was a difficult transition only in the sense that I have young kids, so trying to balance family life and work life, but knowing that you have to get to work to provide for them. It was just, the adage was we were all working twice as hard for the same amount of money. And that's what we were doing. Somebody like myself who's experienced, who understands the market, and understands the business, was doing, and sometimes even today, we're doing the other agent's job for them, but we had to. couldn't sit there and cry about it. We had to do it, we had to live through it, and we had, so as far as, the one thing that I can say, moving forward, and like I agree, I don't think we're gonna see a huge shift, but I think we're gonna see a shift. And the most important thing, and I think the low degree, most people today, we've gotten away, I think, with technology, whether it's our kids on their cell phones, whether it's us on the computer, we've gotten away from communicating one-on-one with people. Okay, we rely too much on a text message or an email sometimes, and maybe that might go against what some of the people here believe in their business. But I believe you need to communicate with your customer, understand the market, and understand their wants and needs. And you have to do a needs analysis moving forward with your customer. If you've got a senior citizen who has, you know, all equity in their house and they want to capitalize, but you have to understand, you know, can they list a little bit higher and try? The biggest thing back then is a lot of people chase the market down. Okay, if they listed the house is worth 150 and they wanted to try 159, by the time they got their price reduced to 150, the market was at 140. Okay, so you have to have a needs analysis with your people, and you have to be able to tell them, as an experienced realtor, what your advice is moving forward. Not that you're trying to undersell their home, just that basically when it comes to the selling of a home, you have to understand their needs, their timeline, and express to them that there could be a shift, and that they know the risk moving forward. So basically, by communicating, not just via text messages or emails, communicating, sitting down one-on-one with your customers, it's important. So what happened coming out of the shift, and answering your question, what did I do differently? What happened coming out of the shift is my business just boomed. And why did it boom? It boomed because my customers loved me. They loved me and sent me referrals because I took the time to listen to them. When the times were bad, they remembered it, and my referrals grew exponentially. And so if you take the time to understand your clients and express your concern, you hit the nail on the head of everything when you talk about listening. You have to listen, but you cannot be a free purveyor of information. You have to be assertive. As a realtor, you're the professional. You need to be assertive in telling them what you think is going to happen in the market.
Right, and I think one thing just to clarify on that from my perspective of going through my first 5 last year, I had my realtor I was working with and all these other people telling me what was up. And so my realtor's only texting me twice a week. And I'm talking to so-and-so 4 or 5 times one-on-one at work or wherever I'm at. Remember, they probably have more of an influence than my one realtor does. I'm only getting a text once or twice a week. So I love that point about picking up the phone and having a conversation. Any other clarifying thoughts on that?
Addressing how our business changed. I mean, I've been in business partners with Bill, who's been in business for 30 years. So one thing that I know he and I saw that has changed for the better also is that our business was more like 50-50 buyers and sellers instead of being more like 20-80 estates to sale. And I mean, that's hard. Working with buyers especially, but that was where the money was in the market, was helping people to buy houses in a favorable position. So that was one thing that we got a lot better at, was showing and selling houses to buyers. And I know that you're grateful that that stays again. You know, we want to be listing agents more, but we are getting into it. And as to, I think that's a big part of what the shift is coming up. I think that our buying population has gotten so much more demanding in the last, and that's what I see so much of working with buyers right now. Are you guys seeing the same thing? You know, about how picky buyers are about what they're purchasing. So I think we are all going to have to be a little bit more creative with our sellers about how to set the stage for their sales. So that's something that we've been messing with. So, you know, that's just my take on that.
No, that's all. Thanks. Anything else?
As far as what you were asking, how it shifted me or how it changed, it just, again, lit a fire. I mean, at first, again, it was a little bit mechanical, getting a little question, you got to get out of it, you step your efforts on. And then run my, joint coaching program, and I, accountability, right, is a big thing too, so accountability partner. That's where it changed me.
Did you set up an accountability partner?
I belong to a very cool, I've got about some, I talked to.
Yeah, well, part of that is reality, right? If you're looking at the grow model, right, what are our goals? What realities do we have right now? Do we have objections or opportunities with that? And if so, what's the way to get to whatever that goal is, right? It's cyclical. So sometimes a reality check, it kind of hits you in the face during your shift. So, anyone, when we were doing some of the intros, are there any other questions that percolated that you really want to hit on or ask? Yes, please. Yep, go for it.
I just have a question as far as, like the show, you guys have a lot more experience than I do, like, on the show, but I don't see that. I've only seen the good stuff. But do you see it, you all said that you don't think it's gonna be as bad, but do you see it more of an evening out? Because things have been going up and up and up and up, and maybe it's gonna be more of an evening out than
I see it maybe more that way, I'm cooling down on the sector, we have this pace. And again, it happens to a lot of realtors, which has happened to me, you get complacent because it's there, all of a sudden it's not. So that's where you still have to keep making the contacts with the prospecting and then continue it out. But I don't think it's going to be like 2008, that's going versus expert.
Yeah, I don't think, I handle new construction as well, so I guess I equate it to where things can only get so expensive. So what I'm seeing is, for example, in my new constructions that I'm handling, whether it's homes or condos, the trades, everything has gone up through the roof to the point where I feel people are overspending for what they're buying. I don't see the potential for a house at 22 and change to be worth more than $600,000 anytime soon, but people are spending, close to $600,000 per particular home, or a condo, or a product. And so I say to myself, I don't see it going up much higher. So I see not a bubble bursting, but to a certain degree, a certain amount of pullback. And so we don't all have crystal balls. And so when I talk to my stockbroker, I don't expect him to tell me 100% what's going to happen with my portfolio. But I can tell you this, I have family members and stockbrokers that all see there are different businesses in real estate. And we look at the global economy, and I'm not by no means an economic forecaster, but the global economy is such that we're like this. We're at stock markets at an all-time high, it's pulled back a little bit. So we're hitting ceilings. And so what I feel is that we're hitting ceilings, and I feel that we're going to see a little bit of a pullback. And again, I don't think it's going to be a foreclosure crisis where we were before, but I feel that certain things are going to pull back where the values of certain houses aren't going to be quite as much. So when you go out with your customer, like now, I'm telling my customers, I don't have a crystal ball. Now's probably a good time to sell. Election year's always been traditionally a good year. The market stays, and we've always seen some little bit of a pullback the year after an election. No matter who gets elected, we're going to probably see some sort of a pullback from a high. So that's how I'm kind of informing my sellers right now. My buyers as well, because we don't know what's going to happen. But I don't know if we're going to see a huge, and I hope the guy's not, but I think that we're going to see, just because things can only be priced so high. At some point, you got to pull back.
The problem that I see is that, and I don't want to sound like Bill, but I'm good here. The last shift, our competition was way less defined. Like, we competed with other realtors. Today, our competition is Zillow and for sale by owners, and I mean, that type of sales have taken a hit on our sales. It really has. So, I think that we all have to be doing a lot more to market our services correctly so that we're not just telling people, you gotta get your house on the market because it's, such a great time to sell, they're all going da-da-da-da-da, and that's what gets up with a for sale by owner sign, a lot of times. So we have to do a better job of, like Joe said, marketing our expertise, being confident in why we charge, what we charge for our services, and providing those kinds of services. So it's, I don't think the shift is just really good, because we're not going to lose the kind of jobs lost in 2006 or 2008. We are going to lose the part of the market that stayed with realtors. They're going to be doing business other ways. So we have to work harder and better to protect our profession.
Yeah, and I want to be very clear, we're talking about the shift today as an opportunity. That this is not a negative conversation in any way, shape, or form. I guarantee that other team meetings and other companies are not talking about this. They're talking about how good it's been and how good it's going to continue to be. It's just a conversation to gain some perspective. So if you do feel your business shift in the next 6 months, you're like, oh, that's right, that one time in September we talked about it for a half hour. Okay, that's really what this is. So we can start doing things today. In front of each of you, I have sheets of questions about the shift, sort of what ahas or notes that you got from the panel that were helpful, and then maybe what future questions kind of percolated to your mind after today, which might hit you in a week on your weekly run or in the shower when you're getting ready in the morning. So just some things to think about in terms of preparing for that. I think Dino had a question.
What I see with the shift is basically the banks and the raisers. Because I got a seller who's responsible for, let's say, shade under 22 model for $600,000. I got a buyer who wants to buy it. Who's to stop doing it for that?
Well, we have appraisal issues every minute of the day right now. So, you know, that you just got to keep serving your clients throughout.
That's all.
Yeah.
I mean, I started in '93. I remember my first appraisal issue was like 6 months being in business, and throughout the years, you're all, that's always going to be.
Well, then that's when I think that's how we actually control the shift. It's going to be that's what we.
I think that Joyce touched on something, and you know, I know CPT teases me a lot, but I think the biggest thing for the newer people that haven't been through it, because most of the people that are experienced, okay, Stacy's in here, Tom's here, okay, there's a big difference in the way that I approach and dominate our business. There's a confidence about what we do, okay? We are confident, I am confident that I'm the best person for that job. I'm confident that I'm better than anybody else, okay? Not because I know this, but I know the market. And I can't stress enough that educate yourself when you go on an appointment to go there with confidence, okay? Because they are looking to you for advice. Whether it's a good market or a bad market, that part should never change. So if we see any type of a shift, you need to go there with the confidence and the education that you can get the job done for them. You know, I not to disagree with Joyce, but I don't know if we're going to lose the market. So when the market goes down, I think people look to rely on real estate advice more. Okay, when the market's on a high, well then everybody thinks they can sell a house. I'll just put it on sale, or I'll just put it on sale. And you know what, to a certain extent they can. But there's a value proposition that we've all learned in our training. You have to go to that appointment with your value proposition, and you have to bring your confidence, your education, and your knowledge of the market. And I think if you do that, that in and of itself will help you get through any shift.
That's okay. Thank you. Yes, please.
Just to say some more about that. So when you go on these appointments, are you educating your clients about the shift?
Yeah.
And
I mean,
them?
well, again, this is a so-called presumption that there's going to be a shift.
Right.
Okay. So all I'm doing is just educating them as to where the market is now, where some of the vibe is that the market may go, and I tell them what my personal opinion is without, again, we don't have crystal balls, but we are doing our part to educate them that, you know, and what I basically say is what I said a little bit ago, is that, you know, we can only get to a certain, if you're happy with where the value of your money is right now,
Right.
pull it out of the market. If you're happy with the value of where your house is, you're contemplating selling, well, do you want to run the risk of making $5,000 more on the house or losing 15?
Right.
You know, so those are all the things that you put in front of your customer, and you help them make their educated decision.
Okay, because again, you're facilitating that conversation, and I think one of the things, just as I was on a coaching call last week, the west side of the country, California, all that, they're in a shift big time. Inventory has peaked over there, not peaked, but it's climbed quite beyond the balance point of that 5 to 7 month window we like to see. as a balanced market.
And just to piggyback on the shift that we're talking about, okay, because I talked to other people, there's other people too here. This is something that I think is unlike in 2008. My personal opinion, based on what the people I talked to, this is more going to be a regional shift, okay? Because right now, your vacation areas such as the Carolinas, the Floridas, the Arizonas, they're seeing a 5-year window of growth, okay? Because the people moving there have their cash money. The shift doesn't necessarily affect them. There's still people buying, so they still see a growth period. When you're in your Midwestern and your manufacturing states that are affected more directly by the economy, by the jobs. So I think unlike in 2008, we're going to see more of a regional shift, okay, than a national shift. So just to prepare, that's where I think we're not going to get there.
Any other questions? Oh, yeah, please.
It seems like what I'm getting at is clarification. Right now, it's kind of easy to sell a property while the physicals can do so well, and we can get all these sorts of things. So I'm thinking that our business should grow if we're educated, because these easy resources for these sellers aren't there anymore. They have to work much harder and much longer period to do it. So I think we should go on with education and our own confidence. When we move forward, I get a bigger shift in our business person.
Just wanted to mention, I believe it's the book I have, I read the book back in like 2008, 2009, but even in a good market, we go through shifts throughout the year. So you gotta think of that.
Yeah, that's a really good point. It does a nice job with the golf ball, golf swing analogy. I remember Dominic, but it talks about, for those who golf or any pendulum type thing, as you're coming back and you're winding up and you come down and you make contact with the ball is your local market. So sometimes we're sitting there with a golf ball and we're on the tee and we're all good and things feel great, but we don't, if we're not just being aware and we're watching and talking with people all around, you're all of a sudden you're slapped with the ball. And it can't always be like 2008. That was like a once in a generational type shift. These shifts happen all the time, but you don't want to be the golf ball that's not racing for impact. That's all this conversation is, to try and ignite some of that and get you thinking about what can we do differently? How can we cut costs and maybe lead with some revenue and do some things? How can we achieve the same or even more with spending less and maybe being more efficient as a team? Just things to think about, especially for those of us who have never been through a shift, like myself too. Yes, Andrew.
I was just gonna ask you each, what activities are you doing different today in preparation than you would when, say, a market is just great things are coming to you? How does your day look different?
To be honest, we just are on the phone, you know, and but honestly, that's starting to get different than it typically is. So it's just contacts and, you know, getting referrals and keeping in touch with your database. So I don't see your behavior. I mean, you just can't let go. You know, you can't, maybe not taking as much of a vacation, not as much of a rest, but I mean, I think everybody's habits are pretty well ingrained. You know, you work, you lead generate every day. You talk to clients, you talk to your database, you talk to what you haven't met about selling.
Be extremely proactive. I've always say, now you can't wait for it to come. 4 times great, you take it, that's great, you can't rely on it. You have to be proactive, ask for the business. Even if you're talking 10 people a day, 5 days a week, that's something, 50 people a week, but that's not dialing and getting the machine to talk to somebody, but at least 10 people a day.
The shift, when you ask about what's different, is I know I see Joyce and I know Dominic is extremely proactive in being out there. The shift is not a negative thing. This is an opportunity. This is an opportunity to pick up that phone. Okay, the shift is to say, hey, there's going to be a change in the market. A shift could be an upshift. We're just talking that there may be a pullback. There could be an upshift 2 years from now. That's an opportunity to pick up the phone, send it. And so I agree with Joyce. So if you're in a position where you're a newer agent or you're an agent that's watching your budget, we all watch it to a certain degree. Okay, you may be, if you're worried about a pullback shift, maybe you're not leading so much with expenses. Okay, you're leading with revenue and you're getting on the phone. But the shift, any type of a shift, is an opportunity to grow your business. If you guys all remember that, you pick up the phone saying, hey, you know, are you thinking of selling this year? Because this might be the year. And I'm not trying to sound like a salesperson, but this is why you might want to consider it. Okay. And now they feel like, okay, you're passing along information. So just understand, this is all about the opportunity to grow your business.
Absolutely. So I think with that, we're kind of running up against the wall on time. A big round of applause for our Thank you so much for just your words and your time, and it really means a lot. It really comes down to, what are my business priorities? What do they do? When do they need to get done? Who's the best person to do them, and how should we do them? So it's just something to think about. That doesn't shift, that's just what we do. Dominic, I think, has our next raffle winner.
Right? 179 5563.
I remember that. Congratulations. Okay, I think Andrea wanted to talk about what is next.
All right, so Career Growth Initiative, CGI. Again, we're talking about shift-proofing your business. We're talking about just doing the activity that you should be doing on a daily basis anyway. And the Career Growth Initiative is just one tool that we have to help you track and do that. Right now, we've got about 74% of our agents are set up with goals. But out of those goals, there's only 13 listing appointments listed for the entire month. So guys, go in and update. When you go on an appointment, put it into that system, tell it. I know there's a couple people that we still have to get set up and get the whole training suites together, so we're still working through that. But you know, if you are set up, just use it. You know, this is again what we focus on. Expand, focusing on your listing appointments, get you listings. When you have a listing, we all know you have closings, you have buyers, you pick up other listings. So by focusing on this one thing, you're going to continue to grow your business on the back half. The John Davis call yesterday really focused on what if you can just do one more every month this year. You know, if you can focus on your listings, and from that you can gain one extra closing every month this year. There's still 4 months left. It comes down to about $20,000 of extra GCI in your pocket. So again, it's just, you know, we just heard from three experts on, you know, being disciplined and doing the activities you need to do on a regular basis. This is, again, just helping you do that. So if anyone has questions or needs help with anything, feel free to contact me. I'm always happy to walk you through how to use the system. The tools are there for you. Again, everything we do, it's for you. It's so you can have more money in your pocket and your business can continue to grow so that, you know, the whole growth initiative is fund the life that you want to live. It's not the life I want you to live. It's what do you want to achieve.
Awesome, yeah, so it's a solution and we're trying to shift through. At this point, we're going to move into announcements. Tina, do we have any announcements for today from First Career Title?
I first want to introduce Tina from Career Title. If you don't know me, Joanne is our closer and goes out in the office. And Mary is our marketing person. We're here. If you guys need anything, any last things of record, anything that can make your job easier. We're going through a little bit of a transition right now in our office. We hired 4 new people that we're training so that we have enough staff to handle everything. And you can be patient with us as we get through this, but I can guarantee you that it will be very good and well improved. Love you guys.
Thank you for breakfast. We really appreciate that. Yes.
When you get your settlement statements, and I know a lot of you are new, if you don't quite understand how to explain it to your seller and or buyer, please touch base with me in the office, and I would be glad to go through them with you before you go to your client to show them their debits and credits and how we came up with what they need to, you know, either bring to the table or not, you know, their check back to them.
Great, yeah.
But I would be more than happy to go through that with you prior to you meeting with your client.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. Awesome. Next, Doug and Dan from Mortgage One. Do we have any announcements? Yeah. Yeah, Dan.
Well, he's taller, so this evens us out a little bit. And just thank you so much. We're definitely in the trenches, working hard. We're here every day for you. Closing lots of loans, doing a great job. We're working on always keeping our turn times down. And I don't know if you have anything else to add. We had a great Tuesday. Is today Tuesday? Yes, it is. Wow. Okay. Sorry. We have a great Tuesday training that's occurring right now that I would highly recommend. We're requesting a recorded version of that. That'll come out later in the week on the 7 levels of communication by Michael J. Mayer, national real estate agent. It's over 500 leads a month from a 150-person database that he uses. Has a lot of great techniques. You'll learn a lot from that. If you want me to send you a link, shoot me an email. Otherwise, Doug and I are always here for you to answer any questions you have. And we appreciate your business. Thank you so much.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you so much. This Thursday, sorry, go ahead.
Tom Lipinski.
Tom, perfect.
I just want to remind everyone that 2 days from now is the Grosse Pointe Board of Realtors general membership meeting. And there's some, well, one thing that's going to be going on in the meeting is there's going to be a big presentation on the service dogs. So that they're going to have the owners of the company there, and they're going to talk about just more in depth on what the service dog program is. And I asked Ryan if he would come to the meeting, and he said, well, I'm not a member, because I know there's some people here that are members of GMAR. And the response from the executive committee is bring everybody. So it doesn't matter if you're a member or not, you can go to that meeting. And other things that are going to go on is there's going to be some professional standard skits, and our own Andrea is going to be a part of the skits. So,
Andrea.
That's where
right, so I think I'm going just for that. And there's going to be some code of ethics training and discussion and a quiz, and just a few other good things. So if you're going to go to, if you're going to go to any board function, there's 2 of these a year. These would be the 2 to go to. It's at the Grosse Pointe War Memorial in Grosse Pointe Farms, is it, I think, or the city? But it's right on the water. It's a great facility, and it starts at 9 o'clock, and it'll be done by 11. Okay.
Thanks, Tom.
And I'll leave some flyers in the kitchen so you can grab them.
And I'm gonna pass this around since you mentioned the information regarding the service dogs as well. One last time, because I believe that it's due tomorrow.
Yes.
Thursday, so I'll pass this.
Thanks, Janine, appreciate that. We're starting our pre-licensing on Saturdays. Andrew, you want to pitch that?
We're starting for licensing on Saturdays. So if you know anyone who is interested in getting their real estate license, classes start October 15th is the first one. You can feel free to have anyone contact anyone of John, Sandy, myself. We can answer any questions and get them in touch with NCI. Marguerite is going to be teaching those classes. She's wonderful. It's happening right here in the training center. We do have the flyer on Facebook, so feel free to grab that from, I believe Sandy, John, and I have all shared that. So feel free to grab that and post it, email it, whatever you want to do. But let's build your profit share tree. Everything's all on Saturdays, 5 weeks long, Saturdays from 9 to 5:30. So it's good stuff.
Awesome. We are doing, thank you, Andrea, on October 3rd, Monday, right here, we're doing our 2016 continuing education. So if you have not gotten your Con Ed yet, you can sign up for that. It's $47, 8:30 to 3:30, and I think you'll be, pleasantly surprised with that. Oh yes, okay, Tuesday, October 18th, Troy Community Center. This is the closest it's been in years of MREA Business Planning Clinic with Matt Sutter. $30. We are going to be raffling off one entry to that toward the end of our meeting. But just know that this is really an opportunity for you to plan this out, go over the 4 models of the MREA, and really talk about how taking your business to the next level can happen. Okay? So we're lucky that it's this close. I'd really highly encourage you to do it Monday, October 18th, it's a Tuesday, I believe, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Strictly. Okay.
The link is shared on the dashboard as well.
Awesome. So we have a special guest with us today. We have, I believe, with Stacy Pearden, right? Connected.
I was just the connector.
You're just the connector. Beautiful. We need connectors. We have Jerry, Eric, and Terry with us today. And so if you want to come on up, they're going to share with you a little bit about their story and what they can do for you. Round of applause for her.
Thanks for having us here and giving us a little bit of time. Thanks for putting this together. My name is Eric Desney. I'm the owner of the company. I will say I echo a lot of stuff that you guys talked about on panel experts. I started the company in 2009, and it's kind of the bottom of the bottom. And like I forget the gentleman's name, Joe. And Joe mentioned my family and friends all thought I was insane at the time, and thought, every person I talked to asked what I did. I told them I was a builder, they said, wow, it sucks to be you, that's, too bad, the market's terrible. But what I will tell you is from 2009 till today, we've gone from basically nothing. We're now one of the largest builders in Southeast Michigan. We've been ranked top 10 in this area for the last, really 5-6 years. We're a larger builder than a lot of builders that have been in the market for 40 years plus. And I will say that one of the biggest things that has allowed us to do that, and this is where I really echo back to some of the comments, I think at least 50% of every sale is really about the personal connection and not just texting or emailing. And Terry can attest to it because she's one of our salespeople that, I'm always harping on our internal salespeople. It is about the personal connection. You can have the best product and the best price, but if the client you're working with does not like you as a person and doesn't feel like they can trust you and you're guiding them through the process, you're going to have a heck of a time selling them something. I think that holds true on your guys' end as well as ours. So, and I really believe that, a lot of what you guys are talking about, it is about that personal connection. And we take that very, very much to heart, and I take it personally. And I think that really has been one of the things that has allowed us to grow so much so rapidly. This year we'll close over 100 houses. Next year, we'll probably do 120 to 150 with our current backlog and our pace we're currently on. We built, I don't know if you guys have heard of us or not, but our website is on there. We have some handouts for you. We build pretty much all over Oakland, Macomb mainly. It's kind of our hub where we're at. But we do scattered stuff. We do teardowns ourselves. We'll also do something that's very, very unique for a builder of our size, where we'll partner with you as the agent if you have a client that just can't find. And you made some comments about people becoming much more picky. Absolutely, we're seeing the same things. And that's one of the beautiful things about new construction. It allows the buyer to get exactly what they're looking for. So that part we love because it helps drive people from resale to new construction, because we can allow them to actually check off all those boxes and get what they're really looking for when they can't find the perfect thing in the market. So we will not only do scattered stuff on our stuff, but we will build on an individual lot. So we can build either our product, any of our product that we have on their lot, or we have an in-house architect that we can design something from scratch if they have a drawing on a napkin or something they've seen they like. We can do that as well. We will also partner with you guys if you guys have individual lot listings or a piece of land. We've done a ton of this recently with different agents where you have a piece of land or a lot itself. As most people probably know and would agree, there's a very small part of individuals out there that will just buy a lot itself with no ability or knowledge of how to build it or what to do with it. We'll allow you guys, if you do have one of those listings, to partner with us. You can list our product on it, so we can put together a total package. So instead of just listing a vacant lot for $60,000 wherever it is and hoping you find a buyer, we can talk together and find out what product would be the right price and the right product. And you can market our product on your lot. You still keep the listing. If you sell it, you'll get paid on the full commission of the full package. So instead of just getting paid on a $60,000 lot, you open up the bucket of potential buyers to a much, much larger group of people that potentially buy a new home on that lot versus just a vacant piece of land. And you take your commission from a $60,000 lot to a $300,000, $400,000 house, whatever might be the right product for that spot. So we do a lot of things that are really differently and with much more personal interaction than most builders that are our size in the market. We do build all over the area. You can check our website. And I will tell you too, a lot of realtors that we come across and talk to say, they don't either like or have bad experiences working with builders. They're afraid or feel like the builder might try to take their clients. We're the complete opposite of that. We love realtors. I would wish everyone of you sitting here would sell 10 of our houses. We absolutely love realtors. And we try to make it as easy as possible. You can go right on our website. You can register yourself and your client. You'll instantly get an email back saying your client is registered with you. You're going to get paid. You don't have to worry that somebody's going to try and do something tricky or sneaky and take your client from you. And we're more than happy at that point to have you immerse. Some agents like to be fully immersed in there every single step of the way. Other ones like to know they're safe and secure, understand the process, but really hand off the client. Doesn't matter to us. You can hand them off at the beginning, and we can take them through the process of showing the product, walking through price with them, or you can hand them off after they've signed the deal, and we can take them through the selection process. Again, some agents like to be involved in that, some don't. Doesn't really matter to us. It's really up to you guys and really more that personal connection you have with your buyers and what you prefer to do. We're also, if you guys bring us a buyer that has a full deposit up front, we'll pay you guys your commission at the purchase agreement. So you don't have to be concerned that you have to wait potentially 6 or 8 months to get paid. You can actually get paid faster than you can with resale. Unless you have cash buy, then let's close the door on that. Other than that, we can take all that off the table. I don't know, that's my 5-minute speech here.
Yeah, good, we can, as a salesperson, I can work any listing in the community, we're very good with that. And we always have quick occupancy homes. So if you're dealing with someone that's looking for a used home, please always check our website to see what we have available. We always have something available. And again, you can get paid twice faster. And our standard features, a lot of people hear this all the time. Once they sit down with a client and stuff on it. Our standard features are most builders' upgrades. Our basics are insulated drywall, finished fiber, they come with 3-piece press, we granite, we have ceramic, we have hardwood floors. That's all standard. Our homes are beautifully, Stacy's coming through and we do a really nice job. It'll never be afraid. And if I'm sitting in a model, as soon as someone comes in, I'll ask them, I work with realtors. I want to make sure right up front, and I've done it before, I'll find and say, hey, Barb Smith was just in here, just letting you know that I saw like someone here the other day that I registered one of their clients, just so you know that you're taken care of. Thank you.
Questions?
Yeah, I'll attest for one thing, like Joe was saying, did he leave?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyways, he was saying up there on the panel that, with a lot of the new construction right now, he feels like people are kind of overpaying what the market is supporting. And that is true, from my perspective. But when I met with Clearview and went over all their products and their end pricing for new construction for what they probably could get, they're very reasonable. I mean, it's an attractive price point when you have a client that truly wants new or can't find what they're looking for, but they don't have $500,000 or $600,000, or they have a normal down payment, they don't have $100,000 debt that they throw in. They're a good option because they're getting a lot of the upgrades in their initial package, and it seems to be, we haven't done a ton of work together, but it seems to me that their pricing is very reasonable comparatively speaking to other builders, and the quality is superior. So if you took side by side, I'm not going to name names so everybody knows who I'd be talking about. One builder next to Clearview is just quality perspective from the internal guts of the home, to the quality of the tile, hardwood, brick, going for insulation, whatever else we were discovering, superior quality. So when they want to sell their house down the line, you're getting a better listing too. So I really just appreciate your product and your approach to the market. The the interesting twist on trying to help us sell some of the vacant parcels. That's super cool. Because I don't know about you guys, but I've had some vacant parcels like sitting on the market, and I mean, it seems like there's not a whole lot of land out there, so it seems easy to kind of move, but the type of people who can just, you know, you really can't get a loan on just flat out vacant lot, you can get a new construction loan, you can get a loan on a new build. So that just pretty much like gives a ton more options and better conditions too.
You know, and there was a comment earlier too, or a couple about appraisal issues. We literally have almost zero appraisal issues. I mean, very rarely. We actually, a good percentage of ours actually come back appraised over what we sold the house for. It doesn't happen all the time.
That's where we start. We don't set up a project unless we think we can come in and spot that we're going to have appraisal issues. Doesn't give us any good start on it.
Is there any rule of thumb that I could go by? Like if a lot is gonna have a $300,000 house, what is the value of that lot? Like what might you pay for it? You know, like where would that kind of end? Is it like 10% of the?
Depends on the location. Yeah, I wish there was, there's no real good answer to that, honestly, because it really depends on the location, the size of it, the utilities, there's so many factors.
So
that go into
if the sewers are in, the water's in, you know, does that have a great amount of value to you?
It does, because most buyers see a value. You know, we build in locations where it's well and septic, and we build in locations with water and sewer. I think if you put 100 buyers in a line, most of them are gonna say, I prefer water and sewer. And actually, I think a lot of it's just because they don't understand the difference or what it really is.
Right.
Some, when you educate them, actually say, oh, wow, I don't get a water bill ever again. Well, sounds good, because I currently live in Rochester Hills and I get a $200 a month water bill. Sounds great. So some people, when you educate them on it, they prefer water and sewer. The vast majority prefer water and sewer. But it really depends on the location more than anything. I mean, we buy lots from 15,000 to 200,000. So it depends on the location more than anything.
With the market the way it is right now, do you see builders as buyers or sellers of land right now? Are they like holding back, or are they out? Are they looking at opportunities?
I mean, I can't speak of most builders what their strategy is. I can tell you we're doing both. We've developed 70 lots on Orchards Golf Course in Washington Township. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but we've sold probably 25 or 30 of the lots in there. And a lot of the other builders, like, wow, those guys are crazy. Why they're prime? They are prime lots, but we bought them in the down market, and we flipped them to put cash in our pocket so we could go find another opportunity. So we're always looking at, and this is one of Jerry's main functions on our team, is that he's out looking all day, every day for new lots and new land opportunities. So we're business to make money, just like you guys are. So I'll sell anything any day. So we're always looking at selling anything and buying anything. So there's no finite answer for us. We don't operate like some of the other builders you're talking about. I mean, I just try to use pure simple logic. We want to build and sell as many homes as possible, or flip lots. We'll flip lots. I mean, if we can make our margin on it and make it make sense, I'll sell anything we got today. So, but we're actively looking at buying lots, raw land. We'll develop stuff. We'll buy finished lots, and again, we'll partner with sellers as well. This is something we've done too. Some sellers, especially with lots, sometimes people have either an emotional attachment to a lot they bought. They thought they were going to build their dream home on it, and something in their life changed, or they bought it at the wrong time. They just had too much into it. One of the things by partnering and putting our product on it, a lot of times we're able to get them more money for the lot than they ever could, and maybe that's why you're sitting on a lot. Because there's overall, most builders will probably tell you there's a shortage of lots. And there is to a certain extent, but it's not just lots, because there are lots out there for sale. You can buy lots. What they really mean is there's a shortage of lots in the locations and at the price they want to pay.
Right.
So if somebody has a lot that maybe it's $20,000, $30,000 over what the real builder perspective value of the lot is, if we can partner and put a product on it, we'll pay $30,000 too much for the lot. If we can know and have a sale locked up front, and the buyer can get a construction loan, for us it's a great deal because we don't have any capital into the deal. your seller can potentially get top dollar for the lot, and they potentially sell it for more than they ever thought they could have, or the market really demands. And we'll take a little bit of a hit on our margin, because it's a deal we couldn't get otherwise, because it's not our lot, it's something we can't market, and it's a safe, secure deal for us, because they get a construction loan, the lot gets paid off, you guys get your commission up front, and it's a deal we couldn't otherwise do. The way I look at it, hey, we're making some amount of money, whatever that is on the deal. We're not like some of those other builders that are gonna say, ah, my margin's X, if I don't get it, too bad, I don't want to sell a house. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I think I've kind of run out of time here, but a big round of applause. Awesome. Thank you so much for coming. Yeah, thank you. We have a book club that is starting Thursday, September 29th at 9 a.m. There's been emails about that. We want to get to our final raffle ticket, I believe. Right, Sandy?
Yes. Joyce McBride, you want to pull a winning ticket here? 179-5566. All right, Charlotte. Charlotte's on the MREA.
Nice. Congrats.
We also have on Monday, September 26th, Steve Rodman will be in the house talking about Young Living Oil, if you're interested. It's 4 o'clock on Monday.
Our next team meeting is Tuesday, October 4th. Breakfast will be served by first year, so compliments of them. And our final thing is our 50-50 raffle.
As of this minute, Dave Clark just texted, we have $520 for Daryl Owens. So I think that goes.
All right, Janine.
That they have an open house, it's in Shelby Township, 325. She said she wanted somebody who's going to talk to neighbors and pass out flyers to them prior to the open house. Please see me, if that's something that you would like to do. Our 50-50 is actually $80. Thank you so much. Towards our money.
Now we have $720. We are raising it. Let's hit our $2,000 for
Read it. 986-703.
703.
I'm going to Monroe.
Albert, it's your lucky day.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Great team meeting. Make it a great day.